Hi, Stephen here from Son of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 18 of the January daily draws. So as we close out the weekend and approach a new week, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from the Linestrider Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Enchanted Map Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. We have the Empress. So to me, this is always about, it has many meanings, of course, it's a meaning of abundance, but it's about creativity and creating our abundance, creating what we want to create, what we need in our lives and what we desire in our lives. It's that productivity and creativity, that energy there that provides for us. So the Empress is about that divine feminine energy. It's about being that fertile ground, that fertile place where things grow and develop. Yes, with women, it's children, but that is not the definition. It's one way of a woman's or even a person's creativity, and particularly a woman's creativity. Sometimes, the society or elements of society can have the sort of view or implied view that a woman's only being creative if she bears children. But of course, that's not true, and it's unfair to those that choose not to have children for various valid reasons, or are unable to have children for physical, medical reasons beyond their control. Why should they be looked down upon as being lesser because they can't have children? Yes, of course, we bless those and honor those that do become mothers and have their own children. But there's various ways that a person, not just women, people in general, can nurture a mother in a situation and just harness creative energy in other ways that are should be just as cherished and valued. So I say that so that there's no misunderstanding of my viewpoint that a woman's creativity is not limited to or even has to include the bearing of offspring. It can, and when that happens, it's a blessed thing and should be honored and cherished, but so should a woman that doesn't, should be honored and cherished for the contribution that she makes as an individual and not just as a means through which children are born into the world. She is just as valid as an individual as anyone else. And I want to make that clear that is my viewpoint when we're talking about divine feminine, which all humans, include, of all genders or none, if we want to be inclusive, embody. It's the energy that's expressed. And in the purest form, it's just creative energy that's in the world that creates new life, that creates new things. And when we as individuals create things, even when I create things, and I can't physically have children, I don't have children by any other means, if I create other things by my own endeavors, by putting the creative energy into it, then it's like, you could say that it's, poetically like my offspring, whatever it is that I create. I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but it could be said, it has been Just I wouldn't necessarily term it in that. But it's what I'm saying here is probably a bit poorly today for some reason, is that it's just channeling creative energy. And at the bottom line, it's find a way to express your creative energy, to create something, to whatever it may be, whatever it is you desire to create in your life or within yourself. You can create a change within yourself. That's creativity, growth, personal growth. You're creating you're creating almost a better version of yourself, or you're realizing a better version of yourself. So it can be internal as well as external. But what this card comes to tell us is be prepared to use and express your creative energy. That's the bottom line with this card. Be creative is the words to use for this. Be creative. So as we close out this weekend and approach the new week, let's look for ways we can be creative and express our creative energy. For that's what the Empress is advising us and encouraging us to do. Okay, I'll stop there with the Empress before I go too much on a tangent about all the different aspects of that. That's the basic key thing to take from this is it's time to get creative, be creative, express your creative energy. That's the message from the Empress for us today. So let's have a look at what Oracle card we get and what that has to say about the message. Whether it adds to the message or complements the message. Okay, here we go. Ride the wave. Well, I think it complements it quite well. Like the dolphins are riding the wave there, we should ride the wave of our creative energy. Let that energy flow and ride its wave. Release your creative energy and just ride it through. Let it flow. The thing with creative energy is, yes, try and channel it into something specific if you can, but the important thing is to just let it flow. Don't be too restrictive. Don't be too narrow. Just let your creative energy flow and let it take you. I think to get used to you using your creative energy, if you want to develop and enhance your creative energy, what this ride the wave might imply is that, yes, eventually we need to channel our creative energy, perhaps more in a more focused way. But initially, just to get it flowing, just ride the wave of it and sort of free create. Don't have any particular purpose in mind, but just let your energy come to the surface on whatever medium of creativity you favor or you feel that you can use. Like an artist would paint or draw, or a writer would write, a craftsman would make something physical with his hands. All these different ways, a musician would create music, whatever it is, whatever means that you use is suited to as individuals, use that and just let that energy flow and see what happens. And then when you get used to the flow of your creative energy, then channel it into something specific that you want to create. And I think that is what these cards are saying. So be creative, let your energy, creative energy flow, ride its wave, and see where it takes you. So that's what I believe these cards are saying today, and I believe that is the key message of them today. Okay, so that's today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 19. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.